Hey guys, John here with Real Truck Garage. Today we're going to be installing a K&N air intake system onto a 2013 F-150 with the EcoBoost engine. This kit comes with everything you need: couplers, your clamp kit, your mass airflow sensor adapters, the airbox, the intake tube, and of course your air filter. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start getting that old system out of that truck to make room for our new K&N system. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and unplug our mass airflow sensor from the airbox. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and loosen up our clamps. Now that we've got our clamps loose, we can go ahead and get this tubing out of our way. And then we can just take and lay this to the side because we won't need this anymore. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and take our mass airflow sensor. That uses an inside Torx type of socket right on top of the head of the bolt. What you want to do is you want to just kind of work it back and forth and wiggle it a little bit. But we have to be careful with these because they're all plastic and we don't want to break these. The next thing is to go ahead and get the airbox cover off and the air filter out. What we want to do next is go ahead and put our mass airflow sensor plate onto our air tube. Take this foam gasket, we'll peel the backing off of it, take the foam backing, and we'll go ahead and put it onto the back of our plate that we're going to be using. Make sure that you put it on so that the notches are cut out for your holes. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and install this onto our air tube. Once we have that on, what I like to do to make it a little easier is just go ahead and spray a little carb clean on this rubber bushing. Then we can go ahead and install our mass airflow sensor into our plate. The one thing you want to keep in mind is when you're tightening up this bolt that holds this sensor in place, do not over tighten this. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and take this small 1/16 inch tube and cut it into equal 9-inch lengths. Now we'll take these pieces and we'll go ahead and attach these to the edges of our airbox. Now that we've got those on, we'll go ahead and turn this over and we'll attach the larger one to the top of our box. And then when you get to the end, as you can see, you'll have a little excess. You can go ahead and just cut that off. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and install our air tube to air filter connector. What we want to make sure is that we put the large end to the inside. And we'll go ahead and bolt this on here. We're going to go ahead and install our air filter into our air box. Once you have that tightened down, it's all ready to go. So what we want to do is just go ahead and take those tabs, slide them back into the slots in our air box, and go ahead and kind of push down on it a little bit. Use our factory clips. The next step is to go ahead and install our couplers. With this coupler here, you can see it differs by the fact that this one has this bulge in the center. This particular coupler is the one that we want to attach to our air box. So I'll go ahead and slip that one on there. Now the smaller one then will go onto our air intake tube, and then the last one goes down onto our turbo tube. And then we'll just go ahead and lay our clamps in here where we're going to need them. So now we're going to go ahead and put this tube in here. Okay, once we get our tube all installed, then the next step is to go ahead and tighten up our clamps. The last step, and it's a very important one that we don't forget, and that is to remember to plug in this sensor. And there you have it. That's how you put a K&N air intake system into a 2013 F-150 with the 3.5 EcoBoost turboed engine.